Testing 1 2. Thank you so much. Test. Testing 1 2 3. Ah, see. Testing. Testing 1 2 3 4. 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 Testing 1 2. Say what? Yeah.
Do you have any EQ on it? What do you want? Just a little brighter, but you can take that mid range down a hair. It's kind of boomy or almost feedbacky.
Testing 1 2 3 4.
Yeah,
Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4.
You can give her just a little bit more gain because when the chimes hit.
Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing
Question
1
is,
2
are
3
you
4.
comfortable with it?
Yeah, I am. The biggest thing I'm not comfortable with is this, but it's gonna have to work because there's no way. You gonna introduce me?
I have to think where I'm going to be picked up by the stream, which I think is this. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Okay, we're continuing the celebration of Avotcia's birthday. I say they can't have too much birthday.
No.
81, correct?
Hey,
Uh-huh.
81 going on 810.
There you go. So we're extremely happy, of course, that she's here today. She was here a few weeks ago with Mudukwe, and you had another celebration as well.
Yep.
Which was that?
Was a poetry one at Bird and Beckett.
Oh, the poetry reading, indeed.
No, yep. No, not at Bird and
At the
Beckett.
stream?
It was, where was it?
Kim's?
I don't remember. It was another one at this point. Don't let me try. Senior moment.
The biographer will get that
Yeah.
straight. So anyway, we're very happy, and very happy to have Carlos Reyes here with us today to help celebrate as well. And so enjoy yourselves. We've got quite a show in store for you.
I want to tell folks, if you have not been to any of these events they have here at Bird and Beckett, you need to come and support this place. It's a very special place. So they have jazz several times a week here, and we're honored to be here. Carlos Reyes, what can I say about Carlos Reyes? He's one of my surrogate sons, and he is definitely an amazing character. If you are one of those people who have not heard him, you will be changed. We plan to give you a super double dose, triple dose, quadruple dose of vitamin B flat today. And so with that, we're going to start like this. Like a raindrop, it falls. And it flies like a bird in the heavens. And anytime a car hits its brakes and the factory whistle blows, and sometimes on a darkened street when all you can hear is the sound of your own steps, your footsteps, when it cries your name, and the noiselessness of silence, and the shudder you feel the first time you've made love. It's even hiding. It's hiding inside the boisterous roar of the lion. It's always been there. It's in the air. It's everywhere. Can't you feel it? Can't you hear? Hey, what the hell is wrong? Has anybody heard my song? Has anybody heard my song? Has anybody heard my song? My song, my song. True Confessions of a Sound Junkie. I am a bona fide sound junkie. Call me a child of music. I was created, born to the tune that called two very beautiful but incompatible dancers together to make love, to make me. To the rhythmic humming of rusty bed springs, and on that night the slippery moans and warm sweat sounds of their love dance became the song that is me. The sound of their love dance sang me into existence. That night did not walk in softly, and neither did I. I came with all the fire and wild passion of a hurricane. Like a shy tornado I came. I heard rustling and music in the sound of newspapers in the streets, and a symphony in the sound of dripping water. Every squeaky door and leaky faucet had its song to sing. I even heard music in the dice games on the corner. I ran wild and free and wild. And wild and free and wild, like the doo-wops and mambos, kaiser, calypso, boleros, and gospel. Bomba, sambas, blues, and jazz, sweet, uncontrollable melodies that were everywhere. Melodies that drowned the filth of city streets, but always left a place for me in the silence between their notes. And every time I thought I'd lose it because the racket was more than I could stand, Spirit said, listen, 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 listen for the rhythm. Listen. It's there, listen. All around you, there's music everywhere. Find rhythm. Listen to the rhythm, and when you become that rhythm, you'll find that noise is only a lonely sound. Sound, 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 sound. A lonely sound. Waiting. Waiting, waiting for someone. Someone who does more than just hear with their ears. Spirit said, listen, 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 listen. Noise ain't nothing but a lonely sound. Waiting. Waiting impatiently, waiting, looking for a friend. And I knew that I could be that friend, that wild and crazy friend who's not afraid to grab the stage and let the people know noise ain't nothing but a lonely sound, 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 sound. Waiting for a song to sing, impatiently waiting, searching for that someone, somebody who listened long enough to make her want to sing. Someone like me, someone like you, someone that knew that noise ain't nothing but a sadly lonely sound. Just another naked note, looking for some clothes. Noise ain't nothing but a lonely note, a naked note. Listen, listen, listen. Carlos Reyes, one of Paraguay's greatest gifts to us all. You know, this life is a very precious thing that we have, and we're just like a little drop in a cosmic sand. You know, And our dear friend, the wonderful Lalo Izquierdo, the founder, director of Perú Negro, joined the ancestors a couple of days ago. And it broke my heart. I wrote this poem a few years back for him and Susana Baca, amazing Afro-Peruvian people that really changed my life and obviously changed the life of a whole bunch of other people. So this is a poem that when I wrote it, I let Lalo see it and he cried. He was pretty amazing. He was an amazing character. When slavery ended in Peru, the folks were running down the streets singing, you know, slavery's over, se acabó la esclavitud, screaming it all over the place. And then they found out the only place that they were allowed to go was into the old slave quarters. But if you look on the web and check out what they did to those places, they made them absolutely beautiful. They turned the whole thing inside out. So this one is in Spanglish. It's called En el Callejón, in the Alley, and inspired by the voice of Susana Baca and the dance of the Cajón of Lalo Izquierdo. And I will miss him forever. Se acabó la esclavitud. Se acabó la esclavitud. Se acabó la esclavitud. And we dropped the heavy cloaks of degradation and came running, throwing off the invisibility of slavery. We came running from the dehumanization of mines and docks and fields. We came a homeless flood in search of the shore, but all of the doors were closed except for the door to the old slave quarters, the galpón. Se acabó la esclavitud. So we changed the locks on the doors in our history and wrapped the healing mystery of Landó around us. We created a world, made a home in those alleys and washed and wore the viceroyalty's thrown away clothes and cleansed ourselves in the love they could never work out of us. Se acabó la esclavitud! And we danced away the pain of invisibility. We danced so hard we could feel the ancestors smile as we purified our souls and theirs through the ancient power of Landó. And every ear that hears feels that special fearless thing every time we sing inexplicable sacred trance times that come every time we move out of time. When we're invoking that untouchable part of us, the older than time, unspeakable secret part of us, it's a beauty that's bigger than us, a part that can't be labeled, bottled, bought or sold, that comes through every time we hear that rhythm. It comes through in the rhythm of our song. Se acabó la esclavitud. It's the hypnotic euphoria of freedom, speaking to us through the strength of Landó. It's our medicinal tone poem, our own organic anthem. It's Samba Malato. Y se acabó la esclavitud. Eso. Yes, indeed, Carlos Reyes. Yes, this next piece, I call it Cosmic Soul Mates, and I wrote it especially for Alicia Pierce, Elio Pomaro, and Sylvia Del Vijad, Pale Primus, Gregory Hines, and Catherine Dunham, whose truths are clothed in dance. But I also want to send it out there for Lalo, who put so much into it. For those of you lucky enough to see the play that I wrote based around my poem, Oaktown Blue, Lalo was in that play, and he refused to be paid. He just was an amazing character, a beautiful man. So this is called Cosmic Soulmates. I'm the daughter of two dancers, and for my daughters out there, I think she liked this poem. So we're going to try and take you to this place because I really believe saying these ancestors' names, we keep them alive. So, Cosmic Soulmates. Time. Time is a dancer. Time is a dancer moving shamelessly through the cosmos. The wise hear to cool in their bones and become willing partners, trying always to follow the lead of the inexplicable forces which propel the mystical beauty of its truth on its journey. Time is a dancer. A dancer moving proudly, moving, flowing eternally, cognizant that the alternative is a guaranteed voyage into the annals of obscurity, a nowhere land where even time forgets to dance. Time is a dancer. Time is a dancer moving. Time is a dancer moving. Time. A dancer moving, time is a dancer. A dancer moving shamelessly through the cosmos, time is a dancer. A dancer proudly moving, eternally cognizant that the alternative is a guaranteed voyage into the obscurity. And nowhere land, time is a dancer moving. Moving, a dancer moving. Time is a dancer moving shamelessly through the cosmos. Hello, Reyes. Ooh, that was nice. Yes, indeed. Let's see. This next poem, the title says it all, but for those of you who don't speak any Spanish at all, I want to let you know a couple of things first. When I was sent this wonderful gift of all kinds of coffees from the mountains of Puerto Rico, I'm a coffee nut. So when I poured the box out and these wonderful things, I said it's raining cafe, but I thought the R-A-I-N was not good enough. So it's R-E-I-G-N, raining cafe, or Confesiones de una cafeólica sin vergüenza, confessions of a shameless coffeeholic. And I definitely am that person. So I think you'll definitely get the message on this one. So I definitely encourage you to get some real coffee rather than that brown water you've been drinking, and get some coffee from the mountains of Puerto Rico. So with that, I don't know where Carlos is going to take me, but we're going to go up into the mountains of Borinquen. Way up in the mountains of Borinquen, it's raining cafe. Indescribably precious gifts in little tiny coffee beans. Proud and homegrown and more numerous than raindrops. Café con aroma sin igual. This coffee is sacred and is one of the many treasures of the mountains. Es un licor natural y orgánico y 100% del pueblo borincano. And with every cup of café lareño and café lealtad, I am reborn. En las montañas de la Isla del Encanto, it's raining café. But even here, 3,595 miles away from it, the fruta sagrada del campo, I daily drink in the power of those mountains, and I am energized every single day when I taste the essence of Café Cibales. I can feel the naturaleza of Ciales come alive inside my insides, and Café de Oro de Puerto Rico, ¡ay, qué rico! Café increíble con su aroma sabroso, a sacred encanto that tastes of majesty. Con cada trago de nuestro café subo pa'l cielo. In the mountains of La Isla del Encanto, it's raining café. Royal coffee beans, un tesoro natural, un tesoro nacional, with hypnotic aromas that smell of the wildness of freedom, untamable freedom, libre like the dirt of the mountains that gave them birth. Oh yes, I confess I'm hooked. I get drunk with every cup of café de aquí avutuado, majestuoso tesoro sagrado de las montañas, and in my house. Tomo el sabor 100% de las montañas, and I shamelessly admitted it. There's not 1 ounce of doubt in my mind. I am a proud 100% unapologetic coffeeholic. And in my house, it's raining café, 100% from the mountains of La Isla del Encanto. Yes, indeed. Colores. Wow, beautiful. You know, I am so lucky. Friends are the most important thing on the planet, the most valuable gift that any of us can have. And those of you out there who are listening via the Facebook, page that Bird and Beckett has, I'm very grateful that you chose to hang out with us, because this thing is not over. But we are here, and we're trying to give the best we can. So I want to do this one because we had a gig here with part of my group, Avotcja Modupwe, and it was Sandy Poindexter, John Jang, Eugene Warren, Ian Dogle, myself, Avotcja. And this poem is dedicated to us as well as Eric Whittington, who's the proprietor of Bird and Beckett Books. It's called Ecstasy in Glen Park, and it's, sometimes I think folks don't really understand what's happening with us, and I think sometimes we don't either. Just the creator or whatever takes over, and we just go. And there was something very special about this night, and so maybe you can do some jazzy bebop kind of thing and bring in this one, because I want to dedicate this to Eric and also my beautiful daughter who's out there listening somewhere, and all of you folks out there. Thank you for hanging out with us this evening and being a presence in my birthday. You're my present. Ecstasy in Glen Park. There was a wildness in the air, a pregnant expectation as we unpacked our instruments and fell madly in tune with each other. The crowd at Bird and Beckett's didn't know what to expect. Truth is, neither did we. We just dropped the chains of ego. We picked up our axes and started playing. The passion of melody wrapped itself around us, quenched its thirst in the sweat of euphoria. Our euphoria. We were spirit dancing from note to note. Every few bars held us like a first kiss as we melted into each other and became one. One with each other, one with the muse, one with the audience. That night we did not play music. That night the music played us. This was not just another gig. This was magic, 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 beautiful, sacred, harmonious magic. A powerful, indescribable, transcendental magic. It was love, the purest kind of timeless love, and we were an orgy of sound. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Talk about friends. I'm lucky to be sitting in here with some of my old friends, my friends, they might not want to admit, we've known each other over 50 years. Nancy Hom, great artist here in the Bay Area, and Bob Shung, great photographer here in the Bay Area. Oh, wow. I'm so lucky to have such beautiful friends. So, this next thing, do you know Obsession by any chance?
The song?
Yeah. Oh,
see if it comes-
any one of those old boleros. I'm an old mush, and I'm hooked on those boleros.
I'll give you the boleros.
Okay, so we're going to do a thing and let him take a solo here, and then I'm going to come in with Obsesionada. Yes, sir.
Remember this?
Yes, indeed. El reloj. See, folks out there, listen, this is the blue light in the basement kind of stuff that you were doing, stuff that you didn't want your mother and father to catch you doing. Obsesionada. Santa palabra poética, háblame como el viento, acaríciame como el amanecer, despierta el alma con canto, ay, escúchame. Musa de creatividad, lo que necesito es un banquete real lleno de metáforas y miles de poemas rítmicos. Santa palabra musical, soy una fanática insaciable de poesía. En cualquier idioma me encanta. Obsesión. Ay, obsesionada estoy. Tengo un hambre increíble y quiero una comida que me inspira. Una gran sopa de palabras y un guisado de poesía y clave. Un sabor que come el cemento y dará luz a un batallón de poetas. Obsessed. Obsessed, righteous, poetic word. Speak to me like the wind. Caress me like the dawn. Wake my soul with song, please. Hear me, please. Muse of creativity, what I need is a feast. A royal banquet alive with metaphors and thousands of rhythmic poems. Divine musical word. I'm an insatiable fanatic, and any language, poetry, wraps me in its spell. I'm completely obsessed, incredibly hungry, and I want a meal that turns me on, a gigantic super words, a spice-filled stew of poetry and rhythm, a flavor that eats concrete and gives birth to an army of poets. Obsesionada estoy. Ooh, wow. Carlos, you know, folks, it's really amazing because folks who used to like the harp in like Europe and the States is usually paid by women. But if you go into Latin America, you can see it's all the men that are playing the harp, and they work it, as you can hear this evening. So, what can I say? Carlos, why don't you give us another one of your beautiful melodies?
Sure. I'd like to play something I wrote for my mother. She is from Colombia.
I love that one.
And it's one of Mama's favorites here, so it's called Joro por Ti.
Yes, indeed. Your mama's spirit is dancing in the cosmos somewhere on that one.
Gracias.
Music is a healer, you know. And I know that I was at a poetry reading earlier today. One of the things that happened when we got shut down by this blasted pandemic is some wonderful computer geeks got us up all over the world. So I was at a poetry reading this morning in Ireland, which for them was night. And several of them said they were going to come this evening. So if they're there, I mean, that's really late for them. I'm grateful that they're there. And I know I have some friends right now in Mississippi and Texas who are listening. Thank you. And I know some friends in Chicago and La Isla del Encanto and back home in New York. And my beautiful daughter, my dear friend and neighbor, Edward, who got me here. It's so honored to have each and every one of you who've chosen to hang out with me this evening. And what can I say? You know, music is so magical and such a healing force. This next piece is called Salvation Songs, or Cantos que me curan, and it's basically about, you know, just this music. The music has saved my life more than once, and I'm not the only one, I think, that has felt that. Um, yes, the healer, vitamin B flat is the strongest healer on planet Earth. I really do believe that. And I'm so glad that the medical establishments finally admitted it, because before it was when the newborn babies were around, shh. Go now to the nurseries now and you see little musical things inside the bassinets with the babies, because music is wonderful. Music is a healer. And everybody knows that it makes us all strong and it turns us into better human beings. So this is Salvation Songs, Cantos que me curan. Take me where you want to with this one. Salvation Songs, Cantos que me curan somehow. I say somehow when life gets out of balance and I find myself falling, slipping into the unmelodic sadness of civilization. Arsenio comes sneaking round, sprinkling Afro-Cubanismo all over my insecurities, pulling me up into the melassa of his magic, and I find myself with Charles Mingus on my mind, mesmerized by his poetic song, a hauntingly inconquerable symphonic masterpiece, so powerfully tender it was frightening. My tears wiped away by the indescribable strength in the voices of Carmen McRae, Ruth Fernandez, and Coco Taylor, so fearless in their honesty and inexplicable gentleness, with muscle enough to make me tremble inside. And when life forgets what time it is, I can always depend on the rhythmic fire of Vi Red, Len Booksy Sharp, and Calypso Rose to throw a little hot sauce on life's rhythm. And I'm moving in time with the cosmos again somehow. I say somehow, in the midst of the cruel madness of this world, I find myself bathing in the healing music of Tito Puente and Gazem Batamuntu, Famadou Don Moye, and Kirk Lightsey, Xiomara Alfaro, and Dizzy Gillespie, and Cantos que me curan, like the Boricua magic in the musical curanderismo of William Cepeda's Afro-Rican jazz, and the complex simplicity of a Shirley Horn song. And I am healed, say, I am healed, reborn in the civilizing beauty of melody. In the civilizing beauty of melody, cleansed by the universal harmony of music. And my heart remembers how to dance. My heart remembers how to dance. My heart remembers how to dance. Once again, his name is Carlos Reyes. Wow. I'm having fun, and hopefully you folks are too. And I hope you drop something in that thing that he's got on that computer there so that we can pay our rent, because that's what we got to do with all this. Once again, I want to thank everybody for checking us out and hanging out with us. And I want Carlos to give us another one of these amazing pieces of music. You know what you haven't done today is one of those traditional things from Paraguay, because it's some amazing music that comes out of Paraguay. And Paraguay, like a lot of these countries, has a history that's both beautiful and horrifying. And one of the most beautiful thing about it is the music that they've produced. So.
Traditional that I wrote from Paraguay. In the rhythm called polka in Paraguay, but it's a polka in 6/8. 3/4, not oompa 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 polka.
Yes, indeed. My friends tell me that friends from Strawberry Creek's friend group are listening too. I want to thank you folks for choosing to hang out with us this evening. You know, we got 2 more pieces to do. I'm lucky enough, as I said, to have some very wonderful friends, and this friend, Eric Jacobson, leads a group called the Electric Squeeze Box Orchestra. And I'm with them. I'm their resident poet. I'm so grateful. He wrote a piece and asked me to write a piece of poetry for it. And this is called I Cry Creativity, because, you know, these are crazy times we live in. And I'm serious when I talk about music being a healer. So you can help heal the madness of this planet by going and supporting some of the artists who've been still playing and doing what they do, regardless of the pandemic. Dancers are still dancing. The theater actors are still acting. Musicians are still playing in all the idioms that we play in. Please support them. Support us, because reality is we don't exist without you, and you don't exist without us. It's a we thing. So this poem is called I Cry Creativity, and I dedicate it to all of us and all of you. I was asleep. I say, I was asleep, secure and comfortably asleep, dreaming of peace and love, hypnotized by a mirage of unity and togetherness, dancing away demons of war and hate, in what I thought was a land of plenty and what I've been taught was a land of the free. Then I opened my eyes, was slapped in the face by a wide-awake nightmare, a senseless, suicidal madness, a world of selfishness, insatiable gluttony, and rampant homelessness, created by short-sighted masters of fantasy, so used to dealing from their deck of unfulfillable promises that they no longer feel anything real. I opened my eyes, and I found myself sadly looking at all those who are empty inside and seem to think they can fill that emptiness with all kinds of pretty things and tons of money and more 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 money and the newest, prettier things. And all I could do was cry. Cry for those blindly drunk on greed as I write and smile as another poem is born. A poem about all the beauty the greedy can no longer see. I believe if we artists could only bottle our tears, no one would ever die of thirst. I gotta say that again. I believe if we artists could only bottle our tears, no one would ever die of thirst. Our tears would become unifying melodies, creative, love-filled, organic, harmonious medicine, and we, an inspiring army of creativity, just might be able to heal the world, one note at a time. One note at a time, one note at a time, one note at a time. Wow. Folks, once again, what can I say about this Carlos Reyes? He was a child prodigy, and I think he's still amazing and an absolutely ingenious person, and I'm so grateful to be able to call him a friend. We're going to end this with one more piece. It's called Music Is My Name. I want to say I mentioned the Electric Squeeze Box Orchestra. We have a residency over at the California Jazz Conservatory once a month, every second Sunday of the month, 5:30. So if you want to hear 17 pieces of some of the greatest jazz musicians on the planet, we'll be there 5:30 on the second Sunday, which I think is this Sunday. So come and join us. This last thing is called Music Is My Name. And my book, With Every Step I Take, went out of print. I'm so grateful you folks bought all my books, which makes me glad. But now it's being reprinted with about 50 or 60 more new poems. And they should have some here at Bird and Beckett in the next few weeks. So please, when it comes out, please get it. A couple of these poems I did tonight are in it. And once again, I want to thank Eric and Bird and Beckett for having us here. I want to thank each one of you that tuned in. I want to thank Carlos Reyes. And thank you, all of you, all of you, all of this is small. Music is my name. Sweet freedom. I say, sweet freedom. I have walked hand in hand with your melody. Across hilltops I've run with the wind. I've sung the sounds the first snows bring under trees that dance with no fear of hungry axes. I've traded songs with a friendly lizard, even he could hear me. I've made love in the grass with the B-flat that holds the universe together. When leaves sway, it's just me moving somewhere, and when the wind blows, it's only me whistling the blues. And when I die, just bury me with an eighth note so I won't be lonely. Cover my body with sheet music, and I will caress it even in death. Don't cry at my funeral. Serenade me on my way. Stick your hands in the paint of melody and color me music. Make the unmistakable flavor of my spirit another poetic spice on the path to forever. Let it all begin again right here. Sing to me, party with me, dance for me, mambo me, passionately into the always present sphere. Consciously conjure me musically, make sure those other folks can't conveniently forget me. The blue harmonic gift of existence is my legacy. Make sure they remember the word song that is me. Hold tight to the wild gospel-like spirit of jazz in me. Make sure they know that I've always been the kind that won't be quiet. An uncontrollable, sassy vibration of song that sings forever. I'm an in-your-face melody that will never be gone. The truth of kubop that holds the heart of reality together is me. Been here long before the beginning began. I came, holding down the rhythm of wordplay wherever we are. Always as close to you as the nearest song. A rejuvenating lyrical presence written all inside your DNA. An inescapable refrain that won't go away. I'm like La Bomba, a fire in your soul that's here to stay. Just color me music. I say, just color me music. Music is my name. Music is my name. Music is my name. Hey, thank you. Carlos Reyes, I didn't forget you folks in Oaktown and San Francisco and the Bay Area and Sacramento. Thank you for hanging out with us. And hopefully see you again where the music is, because that's where I'll be. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Oh.